Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Blacks in Qatar podcast. And I am your host, Bintu Kaba. Okay, guys, this is big. This is really, really big because, first of all, I never thought I'd be doing a podcast on this particular topic, just like I never thought that I would move to Doha, Qatar. But I did, all the way from Philly. And before I jump into all the reasons that made me do that, I just want to kind of let you guys know what this podcast will be about. So the name is Blacks in Qatar because I will be focusing a lot on my experience as a Black person in Qatar. But this is also a podcast for expats of color. So my brown people, my Black people, my Latina people, and also just this is a podcast for people who are looking to become an expat or are a little bit curious about what the lifestyle is like and maybe wanted to live vicariously through some of us who have been very, very brave to come all the way here from wherever country, wherever background they were from. So, again, I'm Bintu Kaba, and I am coming from the United States, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That is my hometown. That is my city. It's been 7 months since I have left America, and so much has changed since then. I'm not going to lie to you guys. There's just so many aspects of my experience here in the Middle East that has propelled me to want to share, but also before I even got here, I didn't know what to expect. And then when I came home for my first visit in December, back home after I had left in August, people were asking me like, "Oh my God, like you moved to the Middle East. How was that like?" And I thought about it. I was like, "Okay, I can't answer everyone's questions in the moment, right? So what better opportunity but to create a podcast that I can really answer questions?" And I can honestly say that there is no amount of research that would have prepared me for the experience. I'm not going to lie to you guys. There, there is nothing. Um, you can do a little bit of research. I definitely, I will definitely recommend that before you move anywhere from your hometown to do a little bit of research. I didn't do that much. I just knew that about the early 2000s, I had a friend who came to study. It was like actually the mid 2000s, and she took a job in Qatar, and I didn't even know what Qatar was. And she came for a few months, and then she came back. But she said it was so beautiful and this and that. But it didn't pique my interest then. And so for me, my journey here was really unconventional. You know, I was in a 2-year relationship with someone that I loved very much, and I wanted to get married. And so at the time, he just wasn't ready. But it wasn't just the fact that he wasn't ready that said, okay, let me just make this great move. It was, I was tired of my job. I was teaching in America. I was teaching at a really intense charter school in Philadelphia. And I just felt like I wasn't being valued. I felt like I had no work-life balance. I felt bored. I was like, I need something different for my life. And so my first thought was, okay, I'm going to move out of my apartment with my mate, but I also was thinking, I went to Howard University. I graduated from there. I was like, well, maybe I'll go back to DC. I haven't been in DC for years, but it was such a great professional city. And I was like, maybe I will look up jobs in DC. So I did that. I went to the Indeed page, and on the Indeed page popped up teaching Qatar. And I was like, should I? Would I? And I asked my boyfriend about it. I was like, "What do you think? Should I apply to this? This is crazy." And after several interviews, I interviewed in April a few times, and I didn't even get my contract till June. To be honest, I didn't think I was gonna come. I didn't think things just kept rolling, kept going. And I asked my family, and they were really supportive because my family is from West Africa, and travel is what we do. So this is not uncommon for someone to just move for a better life or for a better opportunity. And everyone was just like, "Yeah, go ahead and do it." And I don't even think my boyfriend at the time thought that it was really going to happen, but I know that he was being very supportive. So shout out to him for not being selfish, for making this dream a reality, because literally moving here has changed every aspect of my life, has changed me. I can honestly say in just 7 months, I am no longer the same woman that left the United States. My perspective on so much has changed from how I conduct myself, the relationships that I kind of want to surround myself with in my life moving forward, what I want to do with my life, how I contribute to the world. I think I've had a good amount of clarity here. Before I came here, my lifestyle was completely different. I was, I just chilled and, I went to work and I was, I went on vacations and social, but, things like, smoking weed, that was a part of my life. And you can't do any of that here. There's no drugs for you available. If there is, be very, very careful because Qatar does not play those games. You want to find out, play silly games. If you want to find out, you will get out of here really quickly. But I kind of like that I was able to kind of like detoxify myself. And when I did that, it was like really a mind, body, and soul experience. I mean, think about it. Like I had to heal through a breakup because I left someone who I knew loved me, but I just wanted more from the relationship. And I wanted more from my life. So I had to heal. I had to stop, smoking. I had to, learn when to be more conservative, when I could just be myself, entire my Americanized self, I would say, just so many different things. So in this podcast, we're going to talk to other expats who live here, and what their experiences have been like, what they go through, some of the challenges, some of the beautiful aspects of living in Qatar. And I really hope you guys enjoy it. This is mostly also, I think, a documentation of my life because one day I may come back to the United States. I'm not so sure though, because Qatar has a hold on me. It is a very special place and I really love living here. But you want to be able to look back on your life and say, wow, like I did that. Like I moved somewhere else. I lived abroad. And kind of reflect. So I hope you guys really enjoy this podcast. I hope you stay with me for the next few episodes. And again, I am your host, Bintu Kaba, and I hope you share Blacks in Qatar.